Hello everyone, welcome to question session 5. In this session we will look into our questions on air refrigeration system. Okay. Now in the lecture we have studied some things. I will make short points here. Okay, what we have studied in our lecture. I've told you there that it is like basically based on reversed Brayton cycle. Reversed Brayton cycle. Okay, and it's also known as Bell-Coulomb cycle or Joule cycle. Okay, Joule cycle or Bell-Coulomb cycle. Okay. Now, if I want to draw your PV and TS diagram, so let me draw it here. Let's say this is TS diagram. So this should be our TS diagram. Okay, so this is point 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then okay. So this is our TS. How our air reference system is cycle is dependent on TS diagram. If I talk about PV diagram, so let's say this is V, this is P. Okay, so there is a adiabatic compression. Okay, then our constant pressure, then our okay, so this will here will represent our this cycle on PV. Okay, 1 to 2 is our adiabatic compression, 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat rejection, 3 to 4 is adiabatic expansion, and 4 to 1 is constant pressure heat absorption. Okay, so I hope you understand this point. Next, if I talk about COP of reversed Brayton cycle, so it can be given as 1 upon Rp की power gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. Okay, and in the case of this, we know that T1 into T3 is equal to T2 into T4. Okay, and how it come into being? Here we can write, since pressure is the same, so we can write T3 by T4 is equal to T2 by T1. Okay, so from here we can write T1 into T3 is equal to T2 into T4. Okay, I hope you understood this point. Okay, next point, if there's one more thing I would like to mention here: heat rejection ratio. Heat rejection ratio, HRR. Now this HRR is HRR is our heat rejected condenser. Heat rejected across condenser upon refrigeration effect. Okay, so this can be written as H2 minus H3 is our condenser heat, and H1 minus H4 is refrigeration effect. Okay, so this can also be written as HRR is equal to 1 plus 1 by COP. Okay, now we will start our questions on our air refrigeration system. Okay, now let's start with question number 1. So this is the match list question: air refrigeration equipment with characteristics. Okay, so we have seen in last lecture, that is in our refrigerant, hermetically sealed compressor, semi hermetically sealed compressor, open type compressor, and expansion device. Okay, so expansion device, we know that capillary tube is example of expansion device. Okay, both compressor and motor enclosed in shell or casing. This is hermetically sealed. Okay, Both compressor and motor enclosed in shell and casing with removable cylinder cover. This should be in our semi-hermetical case. That is 3. And driving motor is not enclosed in shell. This is our open type. Okay. 2 3 2 3 4 1. 2 3 4 1. Option B is correct. Okay. Moving to question number 2. Mentioned that use of hermetically sealed compressor in vapor refrigeration system. So hermetically sealed compressor. So in this, and decrease the energy consumption. No, it increases in energy consumption. Okay. Energy consumption is increased. If we talk about the throttling device used in domestic refrigerator is capillary tube of force. The aircraft, the air refrigeration cycle is used because options are low weight per ton of refrigeration, high heat transfer rate, lower temperature at high altitude. So it is used because low weight per ton of refrigeration. Okay. So aircraft air refrigeration cycle is used because it is lightweight. Okay. Now the next question: presence of an air in the condenser. It is mentioning that if air is present in condenser. Okay, so what will happen? Increase in pressure in the condenser and decrease in condensing coefficient. Decrease in pressure in the coefficient, but increase in condensing coefficient. Increase in pressure in the condenser as well as condensing coefficient. Decrease in pressure in the condenser as well as condensing coefficient. So let's say that if I talk about pressure, so pressure will increase because due to the presence of air does have high specific volume, so the pressure will be more. Okay. Now if we talk about coefficient of, like condensing coefficient, so condensing coefficient, what you can like think is condensing coefficient, so you can refer it like how much is the efficiency of condensing. Okay. Now if the air is present in the system, then our rate of heat transfer, because k of air is less, like that thermal conductivity of air is less, so our conductivity from I mean our heat transfer from the condenser to surrounding will be less. Okay, hence condensing coefficient will decrease. Okay, so option A is correct here. Next, when a refrigerator system is started from ambient condition, the evaporator temperature decreases from ambient temperature to design value. This period is known as pull down period. The power requirement compression during the pull down period. In case of your, if you talk about equipments, if you talk about like what is the starting condition for your refrigerator, if I draw here like P input, power input, and pressure of evaporator, okay. So initially it's like pressure is your temperature is your equivalent to your atmospheric pressure. Okay, temperature. Okay. Now this, it follows this curve. Okay, sorry, it follows this curve. Okay, so this is our pull down period. Pull down period known by pull down period. Okay, and this is our peak hour. So our compressor is designed is based on your peak hour period. Okay, peak hour conditions. Okay, so here it is asked that the period is on pull down period. The power requirement of compressor during this pull down period increases and then decreases, increases and then decreases. Okay. Now moving to next question: which of the following is responsible for the operation of thermostatic expansion valve? So operation of thermostatic expansion valve, this is after condense, this is like same as throttling device. Okay. Now the pressure change in evaporator, temperature change in evaporator, degree of super heat in evaporator, and degree of subcooling in evaporator. So it depends on our degree of superheat of evaporator. Okay. Now in next question: in window AC condition, the expansion device use capillary tube. Okay. In home applications, our capillary tube is generally used. Okay. Pressure in the capillary tube decreases D2. Now frictional resistance offered by the tube will correct. Acceleration of refrigerator in the tube, heat transfer from the tube. So it happens due to our acceleration of refrigerant in the tube. Okay, heat transfer, this doesn't happen. Okay, because process is reversible hour, and there is no heat transfer from your tube. Okay, so option number B is correct here. Okay, now moving to next question. Question number 10. It is mentioned that Bell column cycle, the refrigeration plant, compression and expansion in air isentropic if the are isentropic. Okay, if the temperature of air entering and leaving the expander. Okay, so we have been given value of T3 is equal to and T4 is equal to. Okay, leaving the expander, temperature of air entering and leaving the expander are 300 Kelvin and 180 Kelvin. Okay, respectively. So COP of the plant. Okay, so COP of the plant is given by COP of the plant is given by 1 upon RP की power gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. Okay, now we know write RP as T3 by T4. RP की power gamma minus 1 as gamma minus gamma. This total term can be written as T3 by T4, and that will be equal to 300 by 180. Okay, so from here we can calculate COP is equal to 1 upon 300 by 180 minus 1. Okay, so if we calculate the value 300 divide 180 minus 1 and then inverse, so we get our COP value to be 1.5. Okay, 1.5. Option A is correct. Okay, now this question is our mesh list. Okay, now list 1, Bell column refrigeration, reverse Carnot, milk chilling plant, superheating in the refrigeration cycle. Okay, so let's see which options should correspond to which. Expansion cylinder. Okay, so in Bell column refrigeration we use an expansion cylinder. Okay, heat pump is based on our okay, let's talk about decrease COP. Superheating in refrigeration cycle. Superheating. Compressor. Okay, so milk chilling plant is brine is used in milk chilling plant. Okay, now vortex separation increases COP, decreases COP. Compressor, heat pump. Now if we talk about reverse Carnot cycle, so reverse Carnot cycle can be used to represent our heat pump. Okay, so 2. And if we talk about superheating in refrigeration system, if it like we know that during superheating our if we superheat in our refrigeration cycle and outside evaporator. Okay, so in that case what happens, our refrigerant effect remains same but our work input increases, so our COP decreases. Okay, so option 3. So questions answer should be 1, 2, 5, 3, this C. Okay, now moving to next question number 12. The value of heat rejection ratio is 1.2. Heat rejection ratio is equal to 1.2. Okay, and we have studied that heat rejection ratio is given by 1 upon 1 plus COP. Okay, now the refrigeration effect is given as this, and the heat rejected across condenser and COP. Okay, so we have been and this also mentioned by your heat condenser divided by refrigeration effect. Okay, now it is mentioned that refrigeration effect is given, so we have to calculate then the heat rejected across condenser, QC and COP. Okay, so from this we can find our COP is equal to, so we don't need a calculator here. 1.2 minus 1 is 0.2. 0.2 inverse is 5. COP is 5. Okay, if I want to QC is equal to 1.2 times of 2100. Okay, so QC will be written as 2520 kilojoule per minute. Okay, so now moving to next question number 13. So in question number 13 it is mentioned for a 1 ton refrigeration capacity of plant. So refrigeration capacity is given as 1 ton, 1 TR. Okay, so it will be equal to 3.5 kilowatt. Okay, now if the heat rejection ratio of condenser, heat rejection ratio is equal, that is QC by refrigeration effect, is given by 1.4, the COP of the plant. So we know that heat rejection is also written by 1 upon 1 plus COP. So from here we can calculate COP is equal to 1 upon 0.4, 1 upon 0.4, that will be equal to 10 upon 4, 10 upon 4, 5 upon 2 is 2.5. Okay. Now let's look at this question. So this is our conventional question. Aircraft refrigeration system, air enters that compressor at 0.1 megapascal and temperature 4 degrees Celsius. It is compressed to pressure of 0.3 megapascal and isentropic efficiency is 0.72. Okay, then cooled to temperature of 55 degrees Celsius in cooler, and it is further expanded to the pressure of 0.1 megapascal with an isentropic efficiency of 78%. Okay, assume the air to be ideal gas and a lower temperature. Air absorbs cooling load of 3 TR. Okay, so let me first draw your TS diagram. So this here is our TS diagram, basic TS diagram, and what is mentioned here, now it is mentioned that the compressor pressure enters at a pressure of 0.1 megapascal. So this is at 0.1 megapascal. Okay, and it is mentioned that T1 is equal to 4 degrees Celsius, that is equal to 277 Kelvin. Okay, next point is mentioned the compressor which is pressure of 0.3 megapascal. Okay, 0.3 megapascal, and one more thing, it is mentioned that isentropic efficiency is 72%. So we know that for constant like for compressor, this is, so our 0.2 will become, this will become 0.2. Okay, this will be 0.2, this will be our 0.2s. Okay, it is given that T2 is equal to, okay, T2 is not given, it is given that isentropic efficiency of compressor is equal to 72%. Okay, now the next thing is mentioned is that T3 is equal to, it is cooled to 55 degrees Celsius. 55 degrees Celsius equal to 273, so 8, 5, 5, 12, 328 Kelvin. Okay, now it is next thing is mentioned that expanded to a pressure of 0.1 megapascal. So this will be 0.4, this is 0.4s. Okay, now it is mentioned that isentropic efficiency of turbine is given as eta T is given as 78%. Okay, assume the air to be ideal gas and lower temperature air absorbs cooling load of, okay, so we have no capacity is equal to 3 TR. Okay, is equal to 3 into 3.5 into 3. Okay, that is 10.5 kilowatt, 10.5 kilowatt. Okay, now using these values we will calculate first. Let's say we have to calculate COP. Okay, so for COP as our refrigeration effect upon work input, for work input I need temperature T2 and T1. T1 is given, T2 we have to find, T3 is given, T4 we have to calculate. Okay, now before that we have given value of our isentropic efficiency, let's say of compressor, is given as T2s minus T1 upon T2 minus T1. Okay, now we have to calculate value of T1. T1 we know, T2 we have to calculate. So T2, if we want to calculate the value of T2s, we can write T2s upon T1 is equal to Rp की power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Okay, and the value of Rp is equal to, Rp value is 0.3 upon 1, 0.1, that is 3 की power gamma, gamma is 1.4 for air. Okay, okay, from here T1 is given as 277. From here I can find T2 as 3 की power 0.4 divided by 1.4. Okay, sorry, 3 की power 4 divided by 14. Okay, into 277. So this temperature, so T2s is equal to 379.14 Kelvin. Okay, similarly we can write T3 upon T4s is equal to Rp की power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Okay, and substituting all the values we will get T4s is equal to, so this Rp की power gamma minus 1 by gamma value come out to be 1.3687. okay, or we can write 369. okay, now if we like divide T3 is given as 328 divided by 1.369, we will get our value of T4s is equal to 239.6 Kelvin. okay, now if we will substitute, let's say, all these value like this T2s value here, so T2s minus T1, T2s is our 379.15, sorry 14, minus T1 value is 277. okay, and we have to divide it by eta of compressor, that is 72%, that is 0.72. okay, now if we add the value of T1, that is 277, we will get value of T2 is equal to 418.86 Kelvin. okay, similarly we know that eta of turbine is given by T3 minus T4 upon T3 minus T4s. okay, so if we like solve this, so let's eta T value is given as 0.78. okay, into T3's value is given as 328 minus T4s is given as 239.6. okay, and if we add the value of T4, sorry, we have to calculate T4 here, so if we subtract this value from, let's add zeros and subtract this value from our T3 is 328, so we will obtain value of T4 is equal to 259 Kelvin. okay, so now we have obtained all the values of like value of T1, T3, T2 and T4. okay, now if I want to evaluate COP, let's move to our first part, that is COP. so COP is our refrigeration effect, that is our desired effect upon and desired effect here is T1 minus T4 upon work input, and the work input is given by T2 minus T1 minus expanded T3 minus T4. okay, now if we substitute all these values here and we will want to evaluate the value, so let's substitute the values here, T1 minus T4, or let's like first solve your denominator. okay, so T2 is given by 418.86 minus T1, that is 277. okay, minus T3, that is your 328 plus T4 is 259, so we obtained the value is 72. now we will inverse this and multiply it by T1 minus T4. T1 value is 277 minus T4 is value is 259, so we have obtained COP is equal to 0.247. okay, so this is our COP. okay, since we have solved the first part, let's move to second part, that is our mass flow rate. Mass flow rate is equal to, what will be mass flow rate? So we know that our refrigeration capacity is given, and refrigeration capacity is given by mass flow rate into refrigeration effect, that can be written as m dot into Cp times of T1 minus T4. okay, so from here I can like calculate this. RC is given as our 10.5 is equal to 1.005 into T1. T1 is given by 277 minus 259. Okay. Now if, okay, sorry, I forgot mass flow rate is here. Okay. Now if I want to calculate mass flow rate, so we can directly like 277 minus 259 into 1.005 inverse into 10.5. okay, so this is our mass flow rate. Mass flow rate is equal to 0.58 kg per second. Okay, now the third part is asked what is the power consumption. So for power consumption, work net we have to calculate. So this is our denominator value. Okay, this denominator value is our network. Okay, so we can calculate Cp times of T2 minus T1 minus Cp times of T1 minus T4. Okay, so if I want to calculate this value, we can calculate it by Okay, so we obtained W net value to be 73.24 kilo joule per kg. Okay, now if I multiply it with if I want to calculate power, so mass flow rate into work net, so mass flow rate is obtained to be 0.58. okay, so I have obtained power is equal to 42.48 kilowatt. Okay, now this is our next question. In Bell columnar refrigeration plant, air enters in the compressor at pressure of 1 bar and temperature 10 degrees Celsius, then compressed to 5 bar and cooled to 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, in the cooler. Calculate theoretical COP. So first part, if I want to solve, then I can write COP is equal to 1 upon Rp की power gamma minus 1 by gamma minus 1. Okay, so since this is theoretical COP can be given by this formula. Okay, now if I want to write Rp is pressure ratio, that is compressed to 5 bar. Initial pressure was 1 bar. Okay, so 5 upon 1 is equal to 5. Okay, I will, if I substitute this value, 1 upon 5 की power 1.4 minus 1 upon 1.4 minus 1. Okay, so if we solve this, I will get our COP value to be 1.71. okay, so this is our COP. Okay, now in second part it is mentioned that refrigeration effect per kg, assuming both compression and expansion to be isentropic, having values gamma is equal to this and Cp is equal to this. Okay, so if I have to calculate our refrigeration effect, so this will be our Cp times of T1 minus T4. Okay, I will need value of T1 and T4. Now what is given here? It is given that the value of T2 is equal to so T1 is given at 10 degrees Celsius, that is 283 Kelvin, and 25 degrees Celsius T2, that is our 298 Kelvin. Okay, so these two temperatures are given and nothing else is given. We have to calculate our refrigeration effect. We need, for this calculation we will need our third temperature, that is our T4. Okay, sorry about it. It is mentioned that it is compressed to pressure of 5 bar and then air is cooled to 25 degrees Celsius. So this should be T3. Okay, T3. We have not been given value of T2 and T4. So if I want to calculate value of T2, I can write T2 by T1 is equal to Rp की power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Since it is mentioned that expansion is isentropic, okay, both are isentropic. Okay, is equal to T3 by T4. Okay, from here I can find value of T2 is equal to and T4 is equal to. Okay, so if I calculate value of rp की power gamma minus 1 by gamma, so rp is our 5 की power gamma minus 1 by gamma, so we get the value is equal to 1.584. okay. Now if I want to get a value of T2, I have to multiply 283 into 1.584. okay, so I get value of T2 is equal to 448.27, or I can write like it 3 Kelvin. okay. Now if I want to write T4, so for T4 I have to write T3 upon 1.54. okay, 298 divided by 1.584. okay, so this value comes out to be 188.1 Kelvin. okay, so I have obtained all four temperatures. Now if I substitute value here, so I will get RE is equal to CP value is 1.005. okay, and if I do T1 minus T4, so T1 is our 283 minus T4 is 188.1. okay, and multiply it by 1.005, so I will get answer reflection effect per kg to be 95.37 kilojoule per kg. okay, I hope you understood till here. okay, now I will move to third part. So third part, it is mentioned that if our expansion like compression is in follows PV की power 1.35 is equal to constant for compression, and if it follows PV की power 1.3 is equal to constant for our expansion, in that case what will happen, like we can't apply like this formula here. okay, sorry, this formula and this formula here, force Kelvin, COP and reflection effect. okay, for this we like our process will vary, like it happens in case of when there is presence of your isentropic efficiencies. okay, so for such cases we can we know that for open system, for open compressor and expander, work is given by n upon n minus 1 into, or I can write it mr into T1 minus T2. okay, and if we want to write it per kg, so you can write it simply in R T1 minus T2. okay, now if I want to calculate T1 and T2 here, so I can write it as like T2 by T1, since it is in process of compression, I can write it as RP की power, and so in both cases I can write it as n minus 1 by n. okay, but here n value will be 5 की power 1.35 minus 1 upon 1.35. okay, so the value come out to be 5 की power 35 divided by 135. okay, so this comes out to be this term. okay, from here I can find the value of T2 is equal to T1 times of this, let me write it here, 1.518. okay, into T1 value is given as 283. okay, so we obtained the value is equal to 429.54 Kelvin. okay, so this is the value of T2. okay, now if I want to value of T4, so I can write T4 3 by T4 is equal to RP, that is 5 की power 1.3 minus 1 upon 1.3. okay, so if I have done 5 to the power 3 divided by 13, okay, so I have obtained 1.4498. okay, and if I inverse it and multiply with it, our value of T3, that is given as 298. I have obtained value of T4 is equal to 205.6 or 55 Kelvin. okay, so I obtained value of T1 and T3 were given. I have obtained value of T2 and T4. okay, now in A part it is mentioned about COP. okay, so we know that COP is reflection effect upon work input. okay, Now we can like directly write reflection effect as Cp times of or T1 minus T4. This is our reflection effect of work input. Now for one input, if it was case of like isentropic, so we can directly write it in terms of temperature. Like here we have written, uh, uh, where I have written this. So I have not mentioned. Okay, so in last question I think we have done it. So we have like calculated the work input to the compressor and basis of temperature. Okay, and we have separated both, so we have obtained that expression. Okay, but in here, since like processes are not isentropic, so we have to use this work formula. Okay, this work formula. Okay, now if I calculate the work for compressor, so it will come out to be n upon, so n for compressor is 1.35. 1.35 divided by 1.35 minus 1 into r is 0.287. We know that r for our air is 0.287 into t1 value was given as 283 minus t2 value is given is found out to be 429.54. From this we will calculate our work done to compressor, so I can find it as 283 minus 429.54. okay, into 0.287 into 135 divided by 35. Okay, so I have obtained work done by compressor is equal to minus 162.22 kilo joule per kg. Now this work is like since it is compressor, it is negative, it's showing that this work is supplied to compressor. Okay, nothing else. Okay, now if I want to calculate the work for expander, so it can be done in terms of n is equal to 1.3 upon 1.3 minus 1 into 0.287 into T3 minus T4. T3 is given as 298 minus T4 is found out to be 205.55. okay, now if I calculate it, 298 minus 205.55 into 0.287 into 13 divided by 3. okay, so if from here I have obtained expander work is equal to 114.97 okay, kilojoule per kg. So if I talk about work net, so we can do like WC plus WE. okay, 114 minus 162.22. okay, now this work done net is our supplied, net is minus 247.24. okay, kilojoule per kg. okay, now here in this equation we have to like write the value of work input. So for here let's write the whole equation. 1.005 into t1 value is given it as 283 minus t4 is found out to be 205.55. okay, divided by work input. If I talk about, I have calculated net work done is equal to 47.24. okay, from after solving this I can obtain COP, and then COP value is given by COP is equal to, let's write it in this way, 283 minus 205.55. okay, into 1.005. okay, divided by 47.24. okay, so I have obtained COP is equal to 1.65. okay, so this is our COP. Now B part, it is asked what is the reflection effect. okay, reflection effect can be written as Cp times of T1 minus T4, like I have calculated the value here. okay, so here I have obtained calculated this value here. okay, so this Re come out to be T1 minus, if I substitute all the values, I will obtain it as 77.84 kilojoule per kg. okay, so this is our answer of part B. okay, I hope you understood till this question. So with this we will be done with our this question session. Okay, so thank you.